On November 26, 1930, on the front page of Canada's The Medine Daily Journal newspaper, a news story was published titled, "Village of the Dead." This report spread a wave of terror across Canada because an entire tribe in northern Canada had vanished overnight without leaving any trace. Welcome once again to Shadow Case Files Videos Nazarene. This place is Angikuni Lake, located in a remote area of northern Canada. On the shores of this lake lived a small settlement of a tribe called the Eskimo. Around 100 to 150 people lived here, making their living by fishing from this lake. This is a region of northern Canada where over thousands, no, millions, of square kilometers, only a few thousand people live, and the reason is the extremely harsh weather. Apart from fish in Angikuni Lake, hunting of other animals also takes place in the surrounding area, and many hunters often visit here. It was an extremely cold day in November 1930 when a hunter named Joe Labelle came here to hunt. He became so engrossed in hunting that he didn't realize when darkness fell. In his mind, he thought he would spend the night, like before, at the Eskimo tribe on the shore of Angikuni Lake. This tribe was famous for its hospitality toward outsiders. Joe Labelle packed his belongings and started walking toward the Eskimo settlement. It was a moonlit night, but there was complete silence far and wide. No person was visible, nor was anyone's voice heard. He could only hear the sound of his own footsteps. Although he had been here before, today something felt strange. There should have been the sounds of dogs that the villagers had raised, but even after reaching near the settlement, there was only desolation and silence. Feeling all this, Joe quickened his pace. He thought perhaps the villagers were asleep or had gone somewhere. Now, from a distance, he could see the tents of the settlement, with smoke rising from them. But even after getting closer, he couldn't hear anyone's voice. Finally, when Joe Labelle entered the settlement, he was astonished there was no human being, no animal. The surprising thing was that smoke was rising from some tents, as if someone was inside. He looked into one tent, but no one was there, and the same was the case with all the tents. Perhaps Joe might have ignored all this and left, but one thing troubled him even more. In some houses, cooking utensils were kept on the stoves, and the food inside had burned. That is, someone had put food to cook for the night, but couldn't eat it. Even the clothes that the women were sewing were lying there, with the needle still threaded. It seemed as if the villagers had suddenly left, but where? Joe Labelle started searching the entire settlement. He saw that the dogs raised by the tribe members were tied with ropes around their necks, but they had died of starvation. Although there was food in front of them, there was no one to feed them. At one place, he saw an open grave. It looked as if it hadn't been dug long ago. Seeing all this, Joe Labelle's distress and fear increased greatly. He was completely terrified seeing all this alone in the night. People here, when they go somewhere, always take their dogs with them. But it seemed as if something terrible had happened here, something that forced people to leave, even their dogs, clothes, food, and burning fire. Joe couldn't bear this for long and quickly reached the nearest telegraph office. From there, he contacted the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Camp and told them what he had seen with his own eyes. When the police arrived at the village, Joe Labelle's account proved true. The police suspected that perhaps someone had attacked and killed everyone here, but if that had happened, there would have been bloodstains somewhere, or belongings would have been scattered due to the struggle. The police immediately started a search operation to find the villagers. During this operation, a very unique thing was discovered, which perhaps even Joe hadn't noticed. The entire settlement was covered in snow, but there were no footprints of anyone else on that snow. only one person's footprints, and those were of Joe Labelle himself. That means, apart from Joe, no one else came to this settlement, and no one left, so where did the villagers go? The lake was also frozen, and the villagers' boats were parked on land, because fishing doesn't happen in this season, so the boats were pulled up and parked. If the villagers had swum away through the lake, or if someone had killed them and thrown them into the lake, the layer of ice would have been broken or disturbed somewhere. The police also found out during investigation that these people had disappeared about 7 days before Joe arrived because dogs don't die from just 1 or 2 days of hunger, and the smoke rising from the houses indicated that not much time had passed. Since they left, a wood continues to emit smoke for a long time, even after the fire goes out. The police had many questions, but not a single answer. After several months of search operation, the police finally stamped this case as unsolved and closed it forever. Gradually, people forgot about this incident. 50 years after this event, in 1984, writers named Roger Bohr and Nigel Blunder wrote an article attempting to connect this entire case to aliens. They wrote that, when they went to explore the area near Angikuni Lake, they met a hunter and his 2 sons who told them that they had often seen strange, shaped objects flying over the lake toward the very settlement where the Eskimo tribe lived. Based on this story, it was suggested that perhaps aliens landed that night and took all the people away with them. However, since these writers had no concrete evidence, most people did not believe this theory and rejected it. After this, many people started creating different stories about the disappearance of the Eskimo tribe. But the reality is that almost 100 years have passed since this event, yet no one has the answer to the question: where did the people of the Angikuni Lake settlement disappear to without leaving any trace? The case of the Eskimo tribe's disappearance remains a mystery to this day. We hope that you will like and share this Shadow Case Files video abundantly. Thank you so much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.